Jace Denman here with MSUM Dragon head coach Steve Laqua. Coach, another big victory at home, 4-0 on the season at home. Talk to us a little bit about what happened in that game and how you guys got the victory.
I think just resiliency. It was kind of, if you look at the stat line at the end of the game, it raises some eyebrows in a lot of different ways, and you maybe look at it and can wonder how we won. But we're resilient, found a way. I think, offensively did a lot of great things, scored quickly, and so that probably is why the time of possession isn't very good. You throw that in with obviously the 98-yard interception return, block punt with a short field. So it tipped kind of the time of possession. Give Sioux Falls credit. They did a great job on 3rd and 4th downs, being productive and staying on the field, and I think that was their strategy, keep their offense on the field, keep our offense off the field. But our offense managed to stay in rhythm even though we were off the field, and came in and scored, and as long as we were scoring, obviously things were going well.
Do you think, just kind of working my way mentally through that game, first possession, you had that 3rd down, that snap went over Jack's head, you were forced to punt, your second possession was a 3-and-out as well. Sioux Falls looked to be very effective, so do you think maybe had that first possession for you guys, because it looked like, you guys were setting up some things to move down the field. Do you think it would have been a little bit different had you guys just traded scores to get things going in the game?
Well, maybe. I think overall throughout the day we were pretty productive offensively, and so if that would have started earlier, could that have put us in a better position? Definitely. But credit to our guys, we didn't get rattled, we didn't come unglued, we stayed poised. Obviously, the big interception return helped, and then we gave up one before the half, which we hadn't done all year, but we responded well and came out and scored right away in the 3rd quarter. So I think we did a lot of good things. Obviously, we got to start better than that, which we had most of the season, and then for whatever reason, we just weren't clicking early.
It felt a little bit like that Northern State game where you guys kind of took a few punches from Northern State to kind of find your footing, especially offensively, and get going. But when you look at that big play by Josiah, 98-yard interception return, that really flipped the momentum, got you guys on the board. Obviously, you guys got to stop defensively after that, and then you guys went down offensively and scored. So was that really kind of just the ignition to the fire that was Dragon football on Saturday?
Well, absolutely. And you look and go, they were on the verge of scoring, and so they take 7 off the board for them, put 7 on the board or 6 on the board for us. That was a 13-point play, so there's not very many times in the game of football that you can have a 13-point swing, and Josiah managed to be able to do that for us, and that certainly kick-started things.
When you look at Sioux Falls this year, I'm kind of, we've had discussions, myself and James, at the office, kind of breaking things down, and you look at Sioux Falls, and I kind of scratched my head a little bit. So they were able to put up 40 points this past weekend. They had a game against Minot State, a team you guys handled, only able to put up 7. So was it the key to them being effective offensively? Was it the fact that they had that mobile quarterback that just kind of escaped a lot of times against you guys?
Certainly. They definitely put a lot of eggs into that basket. They ran them in designed runs, which anytime your quarterback is running, that 11th player on the field becomes very difficult to defend, not just him in the run game, but then what he's going to do in the pass game. Obviously, some great tight ends that made some plays. But then just even in the pass game, he was able to extend plays kind of outside the realm of normal football, and those are things that are hard to account for. And so we knew going in that he was going to cause us some problems with his legs, either by design or improvisation, and he did do that. And fortunately for us, we were able to get enough stops and score enough to just kind of keep ahead of him in the second half until the clock ran out.
We saw on a big reception for our first down, Carter Bierencott got injured during the play. He was out for the rest of that game. And then, by the way, Ryan Bieberdorf came back fully healthy for that homecoming game, and he ended up with 4 touchdowns. So, I know we've kind of asked this in the past, but was there any emphasis on getting Ryan the ball based on matchups, or is it just that's how the offense worked out and he just had a huge day with four touchdowns?
Kind of how the offense worked out, and I think going into every game we have a plan of maybe how we're going to attack, but each week we see something different. This week was no different than other weeks, in the sense of saw something that we hadn't seen on film, took away the things that we had done really well in the last few weeks, really kind of forced the game to the outside part of the field, and that's where Biebs was, and fortunate enough that he made some tremendous plays, and Jack put through some really good footballs and placed them real well, and he was the guy that the opportunity presented itself, and he was there to make plays, and we talk about that all the time. Just keep doing your job over and over consistently, and the big plays will find you wherever, and you don't have to find them, you don't have to hunt for them. They'll come and get you if you just keep doing your job.
What type of challenges do the Mustangs present to this Dragon team this weekend, and how do you, adapt to those challenges and get the victory this weekend?
Well, I think they're a really good football team at making sure the game stays close and it stays, they don't let games get away from them. They play really tough defense. They control the ball on offense. They really try and create some one-on-one matchups when they're on offense that really they try and isolate a guy, find a mismatch, find a tweak in a play or a double move or something like that that can get a guy a big play and score. And so you got to be able to handle the fact that the game's going to be close and you can't let that pressure mount on you. You can't let the fact that it is close veer off from your game strategies. And so you just got to stay on that point. So I think the faster we can start, the better it is for us, obviously. But this team's stout defensively. They're hard to move. They're in there. They do what they do. They play it really well. Like, you understand what you're going to get, but you also understand that they know all the ins and outs of it and how they're going to adjust to everything that they see. And so I think we got going to have to figure some things out if we do see some curveballs. But that's kind of every week.
This team, especially when you look at the two deeps that we get every week before broadcasts, so young. We see so many, you see a few juniors, a lot of sophomores, and freshmen kind of sprinkled in there. This team has been just maximizing, I think, that talent on offense. As far as the sky's the limit for this team, what is the realistic limit for this team? I mean, especially in the coming years as well.
Well, we're just trying to get better, each week and play that week in front of us, and whatever the future holds, it holds. But I know that the better we are in the here and now, whether it's at today's practice or at this Saturday's game and the week, every moment of now that we're better in means a better future, or at least opportunity for a better future. And so, I did challenge our guys this week not to get caught up in past what ifs, not to get caught up in future what ifs. Just play for the here and now, play for the guys that are here on this team that you're playing with right now, and then do the best job that you can each and every day out at practice or whether or not, game day.
Absolutely. This is another team, another game that you need to take full advantage of and get the victory, get that one step closer to above 500 for the season, and obviously potentially winning record for the year and get that locked up, with a couple games to go. So obviously, Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck this weekend. Marshall will be down there calling the game for you guys, and we look forward to it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, I'm Jace Denman along with the head coach Steve Laqua of your MSUM Dragons. We'll talk to you soon.